scattered between.
Eh?
Yeah. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked board that sags at the top of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Let's reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new and familiar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Her eyes squint as she peers down at you. Yeah, probably. I think I survived the bivouac. How are you able to speak? That would be... Well, it's kind of like we expected this to kind of happen, so... I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
She nods.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten.
She nods again.
You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
I am a watcher. What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Than hanging in a tree.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
How to see, and now I happen to know, or I'm able to see.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
So how is it that you're able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Caldera moves her tongue around in her mouth as if testing it. Are we really talking? She gives you a motherly smile. It's a very good choice to see it like that, so to speak. What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out the tip of the long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
An inspired gleam crosses her murky eyes. So I should go there into the Kadnua to meet this person who is also a watcher, apparently. I think I want to know something about you. Yes, I kind of would. Me?
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
She shakes her head in protest. Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
She breathes a mild sigh, sending a small beetle skittering from inside her cheek. A beetle coming from her cheek. Her arms turn outward, shipping what might be a curtsy. Then, as she introduces herself, what's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime.
She chuckles.
Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
So basically great things, but the best of us have been able to do, but not all.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
So what happened to you? Here now then. Well, I know you were hanged, but why? She loves a rasping short cackle escaping between rows of butterfly yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Understandable. Well, I had a few more questions.
Of course, dear.
I think I survived a bivouac. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Caldera praises you with scholarly interest for a moment before assuming her cheerful demeanor. Did you now, dear? That is quite something, luck maybe.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Kind of. She smiles sadly at the thought. Strong souls. But couldn't pick it up. So the wind simply couldn't take my soul. You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
So basically, we always start a new life after we died, but we lose things of ourselves and pick up something from some other people that have lived and died, but we pick up always a little bit less than what we have lost when we have died. Kind of an interesting idea.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks her tongue. Well, I'm kind of interested to just know what she would say to this, but I guess we can ask this as well. It doesn't seem that it really shapes it up, so am I imagining this? Even though I'm sure we are not, but I guess we can just make sure, so to speak.
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
She considers for a moment, looking down at her own limp body. No, I think not. Her tongue clicks and she shakes her head. A pity that. Well, thank you for your, well, time. As, however, I should be calling your time anymore, but farewell to tea. Rest in peace, or get resurrected, or start a new life with as much of you as possible.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes, and her head slumps forward over the news, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your visions from some unknown place of waiting. A lot look at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. This happens a lot. I'm a watcher. Well, now I know I am a watcher, so I guess I can say it to him. He is interested in this kind of subject, so I don't think there's any need for me to say that, yes, I'm fine, or this happens a lot. But now, well, I kind of told him that I was a little bit investigating something, so I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin. And I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, Yes, indeed, I told you about the bivouac. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? And I know you know lore, so you should be able to understand it. So, do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have a unique insight into certain soul conditions. He coughs, as you just demonstrated. Yes, let's continue on. Well, yes, I was being honest there, but I thought that it's
17
best
and a half.
when we're actually traveling together. 17 and a half are here, is that what you mean? 17 and a half bodies hanging. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, wins its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a brown man with the straw-colored hair leaning against the mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Yes, I was thinking that you were talking about those bodies hanging there. Could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman. I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Yes, I already knew that. A lot frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
He extends his hands and introduces himself. Might as well be 19. Do you mean yourself as well? He looks up and down and grimaces. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22 and 23. Tops. Sort that likes to get involved. What makes you think I was interested in a dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched. His smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Radric. Radric, wasn't he the Lord? What's it to you? I don't think I was just going to be telling him as well immediately that I'm a watcher, so... You'll have to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. So do we want to be really honest again, or not? I don't know, it's a little bit like, he's not traveling with us. I don't know how much lore he knows. It's different as us when I'm telling to him, as he already is traveling with me. And I know he's a wizard and should know lore and about watchers too, so... It's none of your business. I think that's how we're gonna be going with it. Fair enough. If folks around here minded their business, then the three over there'd have a few less wind chimes. Maybe I should take it. I'll leave you to your corpse staring. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that I can stare at corpses as much as I please. Very much indeed. I don't think we should be needing to be telling that to everyone. Child. I saw someone go into the temple. Papa says we're not supposed to. You mean into here? That's interesting. If you saw someone going into here, in the temple, I'm not supposed to go there. I'm intrigued. I want to know what's in the temple. Viradan. A rising sun and a tree downstairs, the symbol of Elothas.
quickly and quietly.
Yes, yes, I know he's seen us, but... Hello? Who's there?
Yeah?
Just me. Virtan. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading zones. Sconces. Not sure how that is said. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He cast a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are, he groans and shifts positions, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you warily. Maybe you have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of the Othas, to say scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Durwood, from Red Keras even. Until the war, of course. Even then you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get in, though, their heads that their god was dead and gone. Couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on. Once the legacy started, okay, this is about the legacy somehow, Lord Redrick decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under the heap of a rock. After that, Redrick ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Redrick hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in, Bertrand licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Shop down in their god's house, it doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Bertrand breathes out, no small tasks. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. Alat's caution expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. So that we could end a legacy, or a bad legacy, so to speak, if those people would be able to be put properly to, well, proper burial, proper rest. I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. Bertrand laughs bleakly. Well, I mean to be in and out, nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone, it's just Lord Redrick's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. Yes, I understand that. It's a good cause though, isn't it? And you could make some coin in the process. Well, they're long dead. What does it matter where they're buried, in your opinion? It's about respect, isn't it? About deserving to be remembered, not just tossed under a pile of rock and forgotten. He breathes out shakily. I thought it worth the effort giving that to them. Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I'd bury them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but we don't get them out now. Redrick's liable to destroy whatever left of them. Okay, I have some questions first. Yes. Who are you anyway? Bertrand offers you a weak grin. Name's Weirton. I've lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how crowded it used to be. He shrugs and looks away. I used to help the temple sometimes. Bring supplies, that's all. Won't Lord Redrick mind us sticking around down there? I wouldn't go telling him about it. Lingering in these places is no good for anyone, but you do this quick and quiet, and we can do right by those priests without raising a fuss. Any chance there's something down there worth a little more than some old bones? Why can't you do this yourself? Well, he's already kind of down. Well, I tried. I only got a short ways in before I got in over my head. Weird incremences. I haven't raised a blade in a long time, so it sounds it isn't something you can just pick up again. But you look like you don't handle yourself. Maybe. Any chance there's something down there worth a little more than some old bones? Well, I guess I can ask that, but it's not really important to me. But, well. Verdun looks around. Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me, and I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favor for me while you're at it. No more questions. I'll find them. I think I can do that. Then by the flame. Not necessarily immediately. I might go somewhere else first. I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long. It's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kind of secret chambers, witches in the walls, trick zones, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out. Take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. Verdun looks up at the stairs. You might talk to the Edar fellow if Frederick hasn't hanged him yet. Word is he's a follower of the dead god. Maybe he'll know something more about this place. He's usually by the smithy. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout, and maybe try to patch myself up some. Well, that would be okay to get someone else with us, though. Then, first of all, wasn't the dark guy the one that was in front of the hanging tree, or was it someone else? Stats can be indeed assessed if I have need for it, though I don't think I have. Yeah, you're at least Edar. I'm not sure if that's actually the same or not. I haven't even visited the smithy yet. But I guess I'll be quitting here for now. We can very easily continue from here next time and see what we actually want to be doing now. At least we have one more companion now, a wizard whose spells we haven't been able to try yet, but he seems to be okay enough. I hope he can also tell me about why he happened to talk the way he did previously. So I hope you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. To be continued with Pillars of Eternity with Kira Rusha.